Hello everyone. Yeah, been a long time, as always. But I thought, try to do something a little bit different. Well, different for me, because I've not done one, but I know this is highly unoriginal. But I thought I'd do an opinion piece via the medium of tier lists. Woo! I thought as it's the new year, even though by the time I probably make this video, it'll probably be like February. To look back on Fire Emblem Heroes, because obviously that's what my channel's about now, and just look back at all the 2022 units and tier list them. Tier list them. You may be wondering, is this based on art, like meta, how good they are? It's a bit of everything. It's just a personal opinion, so mix of how good they are just do I like the character? They'll all be factors into this. So let's get on with it. First off, with New Year's Regan, whatever it is, straight up, I don't care for Regan much. I think her being in the big whatever suit thing, again, just looked a bit bland. So I'll just give her a nice medium C. Light, is her name Light? I can't actually remember her name. She was basically just attack, speed, catch fodder, but otherwise, don't care. So probably C again. I can't remember what his fucking name is. B. C, I mean. I don't know if I need to make it because I really... C's middle, right? C's middle of the road. Because they would go there as well. I don't really care for Fafnir. I know he's probably like a decent unit. I know it's his only version, but I don't care. However, Duo Dag this is where all my pronunciations are coming out, is a great unit. Clean A. Gave Pathfinder. Perfect. That's good stuff. Rennick, this motherfucker can go straight in D. He's pity broken me twice. He has no pref. He's got attack speed solo 4, sure, but nah. Nemi, I think I've got to put C. I don't care for the character at all. The art seems fine, but it's almost more out of a weird respect that whenever I run into her and stuff like Tempest Trials, I always forget how fast she actually is, so clean C. Joshua though, he's got to be high A at least. I think he's probably the best example of an ascended hero in terms of like the story progression with him. He's got great design, fantastic art, his weapon's really fun. So yeah, he's a clean top boy. Colm, don't care. Riev or whatever his name, however you pronounce his name. He has a good pref with the stall, but he ugly and I don't know him. So I feel because I never use him, but I feel he would be more interesting. He's very PvP though, because you'd only need stall really in PvP, and I don't like PvP, so I'm gonna put it maybe in a B just because I think his weapon is useful, but I don't like him. Zane, don't care, he would suck. Nyla, pretty good from what I remembered. Carla? I can't remember her name, but she seemed like a strong unit, solid art. Special Spiral, yeah. Wow. Azura, I mean, isn't it? She's great. Like, what can you say? She's literally one of the best dancers, especially paired with Ninja Corrin, which I actually have a +10 of. I mean, she's a perfect fit, giving the extra movement and stuff. Yeah, she's a top tier dancer. I don't know what else we can say. Dean, he's fine. Once again, prefless units, I'm not the biggest fan of because I'm like, to an extent, if they haven't got a pref, they haven't got that sort of unique edge to an extent. And especially if I don't care about the character. I love decos, nice design. Yeah, fine. I can't remember how to pronounce her name, but I'd say a solid B. She seemed like a very good unit. I didn't really care much to get her because I have no attachment to the character. But yes, solid. Valentine's Robin? I'd say a good solid A. They had a decent weapon. It worked with a mixed fighter. I can't remember if they had odd or even follow-up. I think is not that great of a skill, but overall, not bad. Owain, I think, once again, B, had a decent weapon, even though it's obviously, once again, not pref. Blue Flame, yeah. Yeah. Lissa was solid. Once again, B. I mean, Chrom, yeah. Duo Chrom's massively good. Yeah, he's just fantastic. Great art, great character, great weapon. He's just a monster, really, yeah. I mean, how can you say no? Meme? I want to say her name is? Don't care. I know she's got some decently strong stats and being the only prefless, colorless mage, but she's also a prefless 5-star exclusive, and those suck. Ascended Idunn, I think also one of the better Ascended heroes, and also great art, just a really strong unit. Yeah, good stuff. Hugh. I don't care for Hugh. His weapon is decent. It's a Dragonflower one, so that's like sort of what like I like how when it's just a generic enemy, they're not as strong, but when in the use of a player, they're much stronger. His fodder's kind of fine, I guess. They're not like rousers aren't the best, but yeah, whatever. Kath. I say she only gets C instead of D because she has reposition. Gonzalez, he had Rhinax, but otherwise he's just, unless you like the character, he's just another infantry axe, which we're gonna definitely get to later. Legendary Catria, I think is, honestly, I'd say A. Pretty good unit. The Vantage Sweep is pretty fun. Sonya, once again, another, even though mine is minus attack, very fun. The mobility's great. Yeah, solid unit. Spring Minerva, as she was probably the first, I'm pretty sure she was the first one to have the true defense damage reduction, which we'll definitely get to later. And I've used her to clear some limited hero battles. Honestly, she's like a high A, if not even maybe an, I don't use her enough to make her an S, but she's a really good unit. And once again, sort of like with Spring Sonya, mine's minus attack, but they still put in so much work. Spring Luthia, Spring Henry, poopy, don't care. Spring Delphia, I believe is good. I haven't used her. I actually can't remember what a pref does. But I like echoes, so I'm a little bit biased. I'll put her in B as well. Ascended Mareeta, I don't have one. I've always wanted one, and she seems like a really good unit, especially for Regnal Astra. The fuck? So I think almost for Regnal Astra alone, even though I don't have one, is a clean A. She seems like a great unit. Karen D, it's just another prefless lance flyer. Gulzes, I can't remember what his name is. He is just fodder. He's another prefless 5-star, don't care. C, I think he's got good stats, but whatever. August, I want to say his name was. His staff is strong, but it's support based, and I'm not a big fan of support based mechanics because I like to mix and match my teams as they go, and I don't want to be constantly changing the support. So I feel like constantly resetting it to C often just diminishes it. So I'd say like maybe a B. I don't know if I need to make another tier actually. Prefless Grail unit, D. Legendary Nanna is a great unit, so I'll just say clean A. Nice. Really strong weapon, very much the epitome of if I initiate on you, you die. Yeah, I'd say it's great. Young Soren, can't really remember. I'm not a biggest fan of the child units. I think it was fine the first time, but then they kept going. I was like, oh, this is becoming a thing. I thought it was a one-off. So, yeah, I mean, but he's a strong unit. So I'll say like B. Mia is kind of the same. Not the biggest fan of child units, but they seem strong. Eliana, I can't even remember. She was the 4-star. And Ike as well. Yeah, he's a B. Boyd, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. I know he's got a half decent pref, literally. But just not a fan of child units. Don't care for Boyd in the slightest. And his pref is only half good. So, Tyne? Honestly, can't remember. C. He's pretty pants. Ascended Ishtar. This was sort of the beginning of the end of the good, well, kind of the first one where people were like, why is this an Ascended, especially because she was so similar to a base version. But she seemed like a really funny unit, and I quite like Ishtar's design, so like a clean B. Arthur. See, he's in a similar sense as Pink Bitch. I can't remember her name. Of being like surprisingly strong, but he is also a prefless 5-star. Stinky. Hilda, I know people hate her character, especially Marsh, shout out. I know people hate her character because she's like evil and whatever the fuck, but her pref tone's pretty cool. I'm always a fan of obviously units with prefs, but especially free unit with prefs or demotes. And dominance is really cool. So I'd say clean B. I can't remember what his name is, but he's a clean A. He's really strong. Unguard effect is shifts. He's just so good. And yeah, he's just a really strong unit. Once again, Fallen Rare. I think I've got to put A. Maybe another A, but like high. She's really good. Actually, no. S. She's really good. She's really great. Fallen Ninian. Same. Love her. One of my favorite dancers of the year. Lilith, I've got to put an A because because I like her design. I think she's a really strong unit, but once again, like I said before, support base, not my favorite mechanic, so that's just dragging her down to A. Gustav! I really like. It's difficult when there was quite a bit of competition with premium Axe cavalry units, because we had quite a few, especially around this period. But he's great. Attack Smoke 4 he was introduction of, and that's magnifique skill. Miriam, I feel like recently hasn't aged as well, because he was the first beast unit who kind of fitted into mixed teams, because before you only wanted to run beasts with beasts and dragons, but then because of his different turning condition. But with the recent beast agility and beast near trace, I don't know if those still work on his, like they cancel that out, in which case that's fine, but it kind of loses that niche. His pref is really good though, so I'm still kind of tempted to give him an A. I don't care for bridal units, so Roy just seems like a really strong unit, even though I don't care. I mean, once again, Lilina is just legendary Lilina, but stronger, I think. Can't remember if she has Hardy Bearing in her weapon or not, but she's got more damage. Was the introduction of Stillwater, so like, yeah, it's just like the same but better. So like, yeah, it's just good. I know Flying Dancers are useful, so I think that's only what's saving her to a C, but I mean, when you've got, especially me, who's been playing since like day one, you've probably got better dancers in general, especially got Legendary Azora. But so she's good for limited hero battles, but otherwise kind of useless. And see that I don't know. Legendary Myrrh. I believe she's a strong unit. Has really good art. Not using myself, but yeah, I'd say like a clean A. Wow. Sane, I don't care. I know his thing is strong with like the whole, you know, to use a rally and then keep moving. But it's yeah. Letizia is a clean S. She's been one of my favorite units of the year. As soon as like we went against her in book 6. Yeah, book 6. We're on book 7 now. I was immediately just like, I need her as a unit when she comes out. And she's, yeah, easily one of my favorite units to use. She's just magnifique. Great animations as well. I don't know why we have him twice. That's an error on my part. But they're both going to be D. I mean, he's got reposition. I'll put him in both because he sucks, but he's got reposition. Geek guy, whatever, D. He's just prefless demo, unless you like the character. Yeah. Ascended Florina, B, yeah, I think it was a bit weird, especially how she's still so, lane the focus, and I've had enough of that from Ninjalin, but she seemed like a strong unit. I like the warping mechanics with her, but otherwise, no. Limstella, I think really, really nice art. The weapon is, it's just the recoil is a problem. Obviously, if you pair it with Dragon Boy and have On Guard, it works really well, but otherwise, kind of brings it down a bit, so I'd say maybe like a C. Summer Micaiah, one of my favorite units, easy S. Summer Alincia, I'd say B purely because she's prefless, but granted her bow is really good, really nice art, free blue bow, which we don't think we had up until that point. So good, but prefless. Summer Edelgard, I mean, is a clean S tier. So fun to use and just incredibly strong. There's not much more to say, she's just 10 out of 10. Summer Dimitri as well, also clean S, super fun to use, brilliant. He is just fantastic. Claude, I think, is brilliant. I haven't used him as much as the other summer units from that banner, but I mean, Fallen Star on a 4-star demo, I think is great. He's really strong, but I think probably because I just haven't got he doesn't come with as naturally good skills like the other 3 do. I don't know, he's really good. I might have to put him in S actually. I don't use him as much, but he's really good. Legendary Xander, everyone's favorite worst performing banner. I mean, he seems like a good unit. So because this is the point where it's like, we've just had Dimitri, we've had Gustav, and Roy. We had a lot of good Axe Cavs at that point, so it's kind of hard for him to shine, but he seemed decent enough. Duo Summer Thor, aside from the art, she seemed like a really strong unit. The AoE thing I get with it working with the C, but not having as much pre-charge. Actually, did she have pre-charge? Okay, reread her pref, really good. I'd say a clean A. Seth, I mean, he has a decent axe, but it's the same sort of thing. Prefless demo. He had good fodder, but I don't care for Seth. Niffle, despite once again having some interesting art, she seemed like a good unit, being able to get rid of the counterattacks upon it just in general initiation and all as an after effect thing definitely improved her general use. So I'd say like a clean B, just because she's good, but I don't care for Niffle. Leon! He has a good stat line, but once again, prefless. I can't remember if he even had that good fodder, so I'd say like a clean C. Some Erica looked very strong. I don't have her myself, but she seemed very strong, so probably have to give her an A as well. Ymir. Ymir is a clean A. I really like using Ymir. Her weapon's good. I like her passive with the healing. She's just really fun to use. Her sprite is so good. That like sold me alone. Kamui, prefless demo. He's got decent fodder though, and I like his character a lot, so I'll probably say C, even though his weapon's kind of fine. Est, I know her weapon's probably pretty good, but I don't like Est as a character, so like C again. Ascended Celica, I know it doesn't make as much sense, especially like when we had more interesting Ascendants like Joshua to then get a Lord get an Ascendant, but I really like Celica, and it's her best version pretty much. The miracle effect's really cool. The wonky eye is not as great, so like I put it at A, even though like Celica is one of my favorite characters. The wonky eye and the kind of unfair treatment just slaps it down to an A. Atlas is a tough one. Infantry, axe, prefless, which we've had a lot of, and especially when I've got heavily invested Balthus, it makes it harder to like him, but I loved Atlas in my playthrough of Echoes. So I'd have to play B just because I love the character, but as a unit, it's sort of like, yeah, it's just another one. Speaking of Brigand Boss, I think hilarious that he was added, but the fact that he was outdated on release within the same like banner patch, because he's literally got worse stats than Atlas, and being the exact same prefless infantry axe, kind of like undervalues him a bit, so I'll probably put him to a C, even though I love the fact that we did get Brigand Boss, because I think it's hilarious. Askr, I really wanted Askr, especially with the true damage reduction and dealing, but I haven't been able to get one, unfortunately. But love him. I'd say even an S. I don't even have him, but I love him. Now we get on to the Thief banner. I didn't really care for the Thief banner. I like Soth, but meh. Rickard, no. Nina, I kind of put them all at C. I didn't really care for the banner much. I've just put these ones in C while the other ones in D just because I know that they're better units, but otherwise, didn't really care. Now we're going to choose your legends. With Tiki. Tiki was an annoying one. Aside from Ascended Young Tiki, which we'll get to, it was such a like kick in the balls, being like, we finally have requested an adult Tiki ult, because I was part of the people who voted for her, and she gets dressed up as Young Tiki. It's like, come on, we finally, should have been like Naga or anything, just not back to young me, because we've had so much Young Tiki. I get that if we hadn't had such an overabundance of Young Tiki, we probably would have been like, oh, that's kind of cute, but because we were so just like, we wanted adult Tiki because we've had way too much Young Tiki, to then be like, haha, here's adult Tiki and Young Tiki outfit. It's like, it's just a pain, but she's a really fun unit to use. Definitely I'd say one of my favorites. I like all four of the Choose Your Legends unit. So I'd say like a clean A. Seliph, incredible unit. Easy yes. Same for Crom.
Oh, that's hot.
Just fantastic units. Crom is super fun as well, just because of the bonus nabbing grabbing thing. Byleth, clean A. Really strong unit, but I like the other ones more. Gerald, I haven't made him, been very tempted to because I have a spare Zeke, but solid pref. Probably one of the best GHBs we had this year, so I'd say a clean A for him. Legendary Deirdre, I honestly can't really remember what much of her kit was. I think she has Miracle in her special. But I'd say a clean B. Her art's nice, but legendaries are hard to sell. Harmonized Ninja, whatever, Tanner. I have her. I think I got her from like not many orbs. I got really lucky with her. She's a really good unit, but I didn't really care for Tanner or Peony really. So I but I've got to put her A because she is such a good unit. Rinka, good stat line, but prefless demote. So I'd say probably B. I really like the design of this banner. Moosepel, I know he's like a technically good unit, but even with his base form, I cannot get over his voice. His voice is so I just don't feel like it matches at all. So I got to put him to a C just because I don't like Muspel. Mordecai, I think he's fine. He can be a Flame Tribe Lyn. Does Lyn have too many ults? Yes, I know, and I'm saying that as a Lucina fan, but goddamn, that is one of the best units to ever come out this year. Now, male Shez. He's got a pretty decent weapon. He had a Bulwark skill, which I really like. Yeah, I'd say a clean A. I not played Three Hopes. I tried the demo, found it boring as shit. His design, I actually put him in B.
What is that?
Same goes to female Shez. Not as strong as male Shez, but demote, so but a pref demote, which I'm always a big fan of. Monica, probably the same. Decent weapon, strong skills, don't care for the character. Rearmed Leaf, I am putting that in the clean S tier. Like, he's just got great design, love his weapon, introduction of rearmed heroes, which I think was a great idea. One of the better examples, which we'll definitely get to later. Having a pref skill, I love Open the Future. He's just really fun. Great art, just great thing. Hilda, I know she's strong, but I don't care for Hilda at all, and it's kind of like it's like the same but as before, but a bit stronger. So, Holst, I don't know the character because I've not played Three Hopes. Design wise, I could give or take really. He's got a good pref though, so I'll give him that. Legendary Ninian. I don't even have a Ninian, but I'm going to slapping a straight in S. I love her design. I love her sprite, especially the dragon sprite. I think she's, well, easily one of the best dancers. I think it's really fun, the whole being able to dance, then move again, and then having the sweep condition against like blues and stuff. Great. I really want one, but legendary banners suck. Nils are... I'm gonna have to put D. I know dancers are always useful, but like, especially when you've got Ninians from the same game, yeah, I just didn't really care. Naga, I thought the design was really fun, and I was surprised Naga made it onto like have a seasonal demo, but she was kind of shafted again. So I've got to put it like probably like a C. I like the design. I love the whole ghost animations, but yeah. Joe Duma, I mean, he's really strong. That's just got to be a clean A. Same for the Corrins, really, especially female Corrins, seems super strong. Next, Rearmed Grima. Oh, clean, easy S tier. Brilliant. Once again, like Leaf, having the pref skill just makes her great. Art's great. I'm glad they fixed the sprite. Her pref skill, the A skill, is brilliant. The weapon's also pretty good. Yeah, just brilliant. Brilliant, 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 brilliant. Rickon, don't care for. And Phil, whatever her name is, yeah, don't care. Gregor is a clean S. I love Gregor. He was my favorite characters in Awakening, and he got a great pref as well. He's been so fun to use. I gave him Spurn and shit. Fantastic. I've enjoyed using Gregor so much. Another clean S is Ascended Air. Love her. She's been super fun to use. The miracle effect is incredibly fun, especially for 8th raids and stuff. Love her design, love her sprite. Just brilliant overall. Can't remember what this dude's name is, but I love the mustache. He has a prefless GHB, but Tash gives him at least a C. Arval is nothing. Even though I've not played Three Hopes, just they are such a fun unit to use. They're +9 attack and res for existing. Super fun. Just really good. Really, really, really good. Duo Legion, I almost said Levitain, the ninja thing. I didn't really care. I know that they're a strong unit, so I'll probably put them in B, but I didn't really care for them to. I know that, like, I would have almost preferred it to be a duo of them, but like ascended versions, like with the longer hair and stuff. I felt like it going backwards after their great ascended forms, but I know they're strong, but I didn't really care. Heath, similar sort of thing. His design was more fun. Same for Ha. They're kind of in the same bracket. They had fine designs. I like the dual phase inheritable brave weapon, so for that alone, I think bumps them up a bit. But I don't really care for their characters. Ninja Church? Is it Churchy? Whatever her name is. Her was a mixed bag, because I was one of the people who was like, yes, she's finally getting an ult. And what is she? Another Brave Axe flyer? Like, yes, she has the flat damage reduction and it's dual phase, which is really great. But to wait, what, 5 years to finally get an ult of her and it be the same kind of unit class was a little bit disappointing. So I would have to put A just because I like the character, especially like above Legion, but a little disappointing. Ninja Camilla, I mean, she was clearly the best unit of the ninja banner, but I'm not a fan of Camilla, so I'll put her at B, even though I know that she is easily meta-wise the best of that banner. But no, just no. And here we go, back to where I was headed before. Ascended Young Tiki. The fact that we got a young Tiki basically try and be better than Choose Your Legends Brave Adult Tiki months after she came out sucks. It was such a slap in the face. Like, is she a good unit? Yes, but I'm not a fan of young Tiki. I hate that she's already tried to power creep Choose Your Legends Brave Adult Tiki. I've got to put her in C. I know she's a strong unit, but I just do not like her. I can't remember what her name is, but her art is really nice. I don't know nothing about the character, but with the art alone being that nice, and the fact that she brought the the guard staff to the pool, this is just on art. I know nothing about the character. It's a healer which I will never ever use, but the art's just nice, so they get a B. Harden finally made his base debut. He's a good unit. I don't really care for Harden as much, so I'll just put him in a clean B because he's a strong unit, but yeah, he's fine. Ganglöt. This is such a split mixed bag for me because she was the first Ascended hero to not have a pref skill, which really undervalued her, especially when I gave her skills to my +10 Balthus. I was like, he has got the exact same skills and just a better stat spread. So why should I ever use Ganglöt outside of just, she's got a really great design. I really like her design and stuff. Her sprite's really nice. I love her design. I think the character's fun. The stat spread, not great. The fact she hasn't got a pref kind of reduces value of her. Like, she's purely just for fodder. I've got to put like a mixed bag B. I love her design. I think her weapon is really nice to use. She brought Quick Riposte 4, surprisingly. I can't remember what her name is. I think it's like Elise or whatever. Stinky, don't care. I know this is literally so backwards than they were putting the same banner in both demotes, but nice art, normal art, don't care. This guy, Vulture Lance Boy Matthias, well, I don't know what his fucking name is. He's the same. It's another prefless Lance Cav, and especially when we've had Geralt in the same year, he was just a bit like, eh. Legendary Veronica is easily S. Super fun to use. Great weapon. I'm a Veronica fan. I think her art's really nice. The design is brilliant. All great. Embla. Another easy ST unit for me. Super fun to use. I love her sprite, especially her beast sprite. Animations are great. Her C skill is nutty good. Love. New character, I don't know how to pronounce her name, like Thetha or whatever it is. I'm not a fan that all of the new Book 7 OCs are just big titty women for no reason. She's a decent unit, but I don't really like the character design, and I don't care for the character, so B. Rearmed Ophelia, same kind of problems with Ganglöt. Problem is, I don't care for Ophelia. So, I mean, C seems wrong, but I'm gonna put it there anyway. Special Spiral 4 is great. Her weapon is decent, but once again, no pref. Less reason to use her. Stinky. Whatever this, but I'm not a fan of Fate's children characters. I think at all. I'm not sure if there's a single one I like. So I'm just gonna put them in the D and C. C because she's decent, but other two, prefless, don't care for them. Hans or Hans, or whatever his pronunciation is. What a surprise. He ugly, but he is like brilliant. His weapon is incredibly strong. So I feel like I've got to put him at least like B because of how good his weapon is. But I don't care or really like the character. If it was that base kit on a character I liked, 100% would have +10 them. I think his weapon is amazing, but I just don't really like Hans as a character. I think I've got to put him in A, just because of how good of a free unit he is. Dorothea is a clean, I'd say maybe even S for me actually. I was surprised how quickly we had a dance unit compete with the Azura from earlier this year, the horse one, considering she gives +6 just like the Azura does, but then with the extra effect. Yeah, she only applies it to 1 instead of up to like 4, even though that never happens, and doesn't have the duo skill. It's a really strong dancer effect with a guaranteed follow-up, and Dorothea is a character I like from Three Houses, so S tier. The main thing I like about this with Cordelia and Selena Harmonic is that I predicted it the night before the trailer, sort of as a joke, but then it actually came true. I know she's a strong unit. I'd say like a clean A. They're a good unit, but I'm never gonna want to use them. Bruno, he's like a fine B. He doesn't have a pref, which kind of sucks. I was surprised that he was a fast armor. I wasn't expecting that at all. But he's prefless. His design's kind of fun, but yeah. Black Knight is an easy another S tier. I love Black Knight. I love that he's got like a goofy ult. I think it's really funny. His effect is good. Yes, is he already outclassed Valentines Lucina? Yeah, shut up. But it's great. Special Fighter 4 is interesting, but it's a fun effect. Winter Annette, I gotta put like the Prefless demo. Obviously, I'm not the biggest fan of Prefless units. I know with Wyvern Yumi from Heath, she is like really good and strong, but yeah, her design's cute. I love her sprite singing, but I don't really care for the character. And lastly, final character of 2022 was Legendary Shez, which was complete shock to me, and I think a lot of people, but pretty cool unit. Surprising that she's a blue dagger when she's holding 2 swords, but her A effect is really cool. I haven't got her, don't really plan on it, but crazy good unit. I'd probably put her in a clean at least A. Her art's nice. I like that design of her outfit much more than a base form. The sprite's nice. The weapon effect and stuff is really cool. But yeah, that's about the list. Let me know how much of it you disagree with, because if you 100% agree with it all the way, that would be surprising. But yeah, let me know what you think. And if you want me to do more tier listy videos, I know it's kind of random. I didn't really have an idea for another video, and I thought, hey, this could be fun. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed the video. I know it's a fairly simple second monitor kind of video, but either way, I thought it'd be fun to make. I've not done a tier list before, so I thought, give it a go, why not? So I hope you all enjoy the video, and I'll see you all in the next one.